Inshallah what we got from our SMC families online, and mashallah so many qurbans, and mashallah the guys are out there, did amazing job cutting, slaughtering, packaging, distributing, and then publishing and putting out all the information for Pakistan, for India, for Kenya, and a little bit in Nigeria inshallah, all their efforts. Alhamdulillah that Allah grant us people whom are sincere and lots of himma to do that. I don't know if you've ever been to just one slaughtering, imagine 100 and how much effort that takes, how much sort of work it takes to clean everything, prepare everything and then distribute everything to people. So alhamdulillah Allah give them more, and by means of that sacrifice take away difficulties from all the people whom donated, all the people who served with the khidmat, and all the people whom nourished themselves from that meat and from that blessings, and that's from the love and the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad from all his ashiqeen and muhibbeen. InshaAllah bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa basir Surat al-Fatiha. Against all odds and every type of conspiracy and backbiting we continue to succeed. So alhamdulillah wa mashaAllah la quwwata illa billah. InshaAllah. What we got?
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, at third spring Allah has assigned us in the care of our murshid. What happens to those who don't get to meet their murshid in this life?
That whomever Allah has destined to be with a guide, they are receiving guidance. There's nothing that Allah writes that doesn't come through. So we don't use our physical mind in the divine understandings. Our physical mind is, I have to be somewhere 3 o'clock and I miss the bus, what happens? Allah is not like that. When Allah writes guidance, that servant will be guided. When Allah writes that they have the potential for guidance but the nafs of the person turned away the shaykh, then they have to be guided in the grave, which is much more difficult. So depending upon what Allah written. So we have murad whom Allah inspires within the servants, seek out guidance, and this will be a prize. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream, every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For you if you can reach it. And murad, one whom Allah is calling, and murid, the one whom Allah is giving to them, seek out your reality. Murad is one whom Allah is calling to the Divinely Presence, in which facilitates and opens for that servant to reach their realities. But the majority are the murid, in which Allah gives them an opportunity to reach guidance. And they come across the shaykh, they come across the teaching, the nafs is too strong, too big, and they walk away. Or they think they're smart, they're clever, they walk away. They talk to a few confusing people and walk away. Life is like a ocean and we are like swimmers who don't know how to swim, that we are continuously drowning in an ocean. And guidance is like a lifeguard that Allah sends out to servants whom are drowning, because if we could swim in Allah's ocean then we would be awliya. But when Allah throws somebody into His oceans of reality, it's like drowning, because nothing makes sense, everything is a test and test from every direction. And the most dangerous are when two drowning people meet. That's why when students talk to each other, pray that the student has some understanding, because if that student is drowning they will drown you. And the student can be anyone, can be a relative, can be somebody who's not a student but still drowning in Allah's way. You meet them, they tell you every type of gossip, every type of backbite, every type of incorrect, and before you know it you're drowning very deep, you're falling and letting go of the hand of your guide. So this life is but a test, and those whom Allah guides within their heart, they do the practices, they do the meditation, what happens? They're not listening to drowning people because they truly believe in their heart everybody's drowning. I don't sit with anyone to listen to anything, because why would I listen to somebody drowning? But I know that the guide is a guide. So if you ever seen on ocean rescue, the guide comes with like a jet ski or a boat, because Allah has given him an ability to traverse the ocean. As a result of traversing the ocean he comes straight to you, holds you and has the ability to pull you out. But somebody else drowning with you, which is 99.9% of everything that you watch and every scholar that you hear, they've not been saved from that reality and they didn't reach their malakut reality. So it's just listening to another drowning person, maybe with more titles and better looks, but they don't seem to have any understanding. They confuse you more and you go down deeper. That's why when we realize in our life that the guide that we're with, that's it till our death, and we took our hand and pulled out from difficulties. So that becomes then our life's journey. Those whom are able to hold tight and reach to their guidance and reach to what Allah has opened for them, then they've met their guide. So somebody asking that, they're watching a television of guidance, they're watching a broadcast live of guidance, so interesting question for somebody to ask, because they're watching guidance. And many people, if their nafs is big, they turn to the channel and they say, it's not for me. They could stay 5 minutes or 5 weeks or 5 years and then run. Again because they let go of the hand and they start to drown in an ocean of confusion, and everybody else is drowning waiting for the lifeguard to take them out. So once you have a firm hand on the guide, you don't let go until you're out of that difficulty and you become a guide yourself, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Since salah, fasting, Hajj and all other religious obligations are a wasilah to reach Divine Presence, why do some people not believe that Ulul Amr are also wasilah?
Because there's too much shaitan in them. Because what was the aqeedah of shaitan? Allah said, what? Bow down to the king of Ulul Amr at that time was Sayyidina Adam. Said, bow down, and he said, no. So he clearly identified that, I will not take the Bani Adam or Sayyidina Adam as my wasilah. And as a result his aqeedah became anti-Adamic, and then put into that belief into all his murids. So when somebody feels that there's no Adam that can be a wasilah for them and that they are directly coming to bring themselves to Allah's presence, then this is the belief of shaitan. And it's funny that somebody who doesn't believe in a wasilah and tabarak, they should never go for Hajj, because then they're guilty of hypocrisy. Why you went for Hajj? Why you went around the stones? Why you went to Maqam al-Ibrahim? Why are you running back and forth for Safa and Marwah? If you thought you could do everything directly to Allah, why are you reenacting these rituals? Why do a qurban if the qurban can't help you? And they even talk like that now, if you don't want to do qurban you don't have to, because they lost sight of all of the eternal realities. And the nafs of shaitan comes into them and whispers that you don't need a wasilah, you don't need your difficulties to be taken by this creature, you are the great one. And this is then the danger for the nation and the bad character. So this is a satanic whispers that enter into people to think that they are self-sufficient, in which Allah wants a servant to approach through humility. That, no, I'm in need of everything, I'm in need for mechanic, I'm in need for police, I'm in need for fire department, I'm in need for doctors, I'm in need for lawyers, and most definitely on my approach to Allah I'm in need of guidance, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
From your teachings that we learned Safa and Marwah are 7 cycles of struggle and ease comes on the 7th cycle. Does it mean we have to struggle for 7 years before ease and relief to come?
No, ease doesn't come on the 7th cycle, Kawthar comes on the 7th cycle. That the symbol was a life of continuous struggle, but the 7th spring that Allah opens for the servant is they're drinking now from the Kawthar. They drink from it, they speak from it, they bathe from it. So the Kawthari servants, they are in a continuous struggle. Imam Husayn he spread his blood all over the desert. So when did the struggle stop for him salam? So the holy companions, they also suffered in the way of Prophet. Sayyidina Bilal al-Habashi salam suffered in the way of Prophet and attained immense Kawthar and ahadiyya realities, in which his zikr by being crushed was ahad, ahad, ahad. That he reached these realities in which Allah wanted them to reach. So ease in the sense that everything ends, you're just everything fantastic, it's never like that. It's just the Kawthar makes everything more beatific, in which you don't see necessarily the servants as in their face and their demeanour as if they're in difficulties, because the Kawthar nourishes them and sustains their heart, but doesn't mean difficulty stopped, struggle stopped. It's a continuous battle to be existing on this earth, which is shaitan's abode. So we're continuously fighting shayateen and the blocking of everything from shaitans and the running away from people and every type of struggle and difficulty and disloyalty and backbiting and everything that the dunya has to offer. You get the whole package when you reside on this dunya, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
When people throw stones at shaitan, do they have any repercussions in their life, as many people die around those maqams?
Yeah, shaitan throws something back at them. Yeah. It's again a lifelong process, that if you truly want to fight shaitan then you have to be prepared. Just the fact that you want to throw a stone at shaitan, then you're thinking that just because you wanted it, it happened. But what then does the tariqah come and tell you? That if you want to fight shaitan then prepare for battle. Arm yourself with the sunnah, put your taweez, put your practices, do your madad, do your muraqabah. These are the warriors of Allah. The other ones seem to be very foolish. They put nothing in preparation, they do nothing to prepare themselves. They just say, okay, I want to fight shaitan. That doesn't seem to be battle ready, that doesn't seem to be somebody whom is truly prepared for what they're asking to do. So shaitan hits back, and if he hits back then a lot of people could get harmed and hurt and under a difficult struggle. That's why the one whom is sincere in their way, Allah sends them to guidance and says, okay, follow these shaykhs. First thing they do is they're going to make sure that you're fortified. That's why then they say, gee, why don't you have your ta'weezes? Why don't you have all of these protections? Why aren't you doing your muraqabah? Why aren't you doing all of these things that have to protect you from now this shaitan truly trying to get rid of you? Because you're asking him now to leave, you ask him to vacate your home. So he's not somebody who goes peacefully. So that's why the majority of people say, oh you don't need all of these things. Yeah, because the shaitan is telling them, don't do this, I'm staying in your house and I'm not leaving. But when they come like a marshal, you know sharif, why they're sharifs? The sheriff comes and throws out all of the squatters. The shaitans are squatters, they're not planning on leaving because you said, please leave. In dunya you can't get even a squatter out of your house. If you leave somewhere in America, in the West, the squatter can go into your premises and then all of a sudden has more rights than you. It says, no, I'm here, I'm now the tenant of the house. Then I have to call all sorts of specialists to throw them out, trick them, unlock the door, lock the door. This is a sign for people to ponder. You think shaitan is going to leave because you asked him to leave? Or do you prepare yourself now to fight the shaitan? So, no, look, he just hired a sharif, he now just joined up with these shaykhs. Now, oh look, all these stickers are coming on all these windows, what this guy's doing now, what's going to happen now, what's going to happen now? Then they start to see, oh the mu'min jinn start to enter into the home, they know now big battle is about to begin. Most of them run before the battle begins. Why they want to sit there and do what? They want to battle with all those creatures? But this is when somebody is serious and they follow the way according to how it's been given and documented. So this is a big battle. Now it's happening all over the earth because Dajjal is moving and governing, and it becomes very intense and very real for everyone. Many people are having psychological issues because of the energy and negative energies. They can't control it, they don't understand it, but it's attacking them. InshaAllah.
We have an email, Sayyidi, from one of our brother, and many of our students will benefit from it. As-salamu alaykum, Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah.
I have been listening to Nur Muhammad since 2019 and my heart has gained much peace from this. I grew up in a white Christian household but have found solace within the teachings of the tariqah through your talks and mawlids, which I love to listen. However, as there is no masjid close to me, I am unable to convert to Islam, much less join tariqah. But I wish to convert and also join the Naqshbandi order. Considering my situation, what could I do to convert to Islam and join tariqah? I appreciate you taking the time to read this and I hope to hear from you soon, dear Sayyidi. As-salamu alaykum.
Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All you have to say is, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh, and you've entered into Islam. And don't go to the masjid, just watch the live broadcast and read the articles, study the teachings, and email helpme@nurmuhammad.com, in which daily people are entering into Islam, and we give them the meditation, give them the outlines, give them all of the different recitations to recite and how to connect with the shaykh, how to connect with the tariqah and follow the teachings and this shaykh's teachings that have attracted to your heart. Masjid can be a great source of disinformation and confusion, and we've given that. If you've listened to the 2 years of talks, this is the warning we've given, because it's not regulated in the West. So anybody open masjid and anybody say anything they want, and most likely very aggressive. So a lot of people go, get completely disappointed and want to leave. So those whom are being guided delicately through the tariqah, then you don't need to, you just follow the tariqah, follow the shaykh, follow your shaykh, and absorb yourself in his teachings. 3,000 videos, I think it will take time before you can finish those. 7-8 books, take years before you can finish reading those. 10,000 pages on websites before you can finish understanding those. And then you're fully absorbed within that shaykh's reality, and that reality dresses the heart of the servant. So Allah dress you, bless you, and take away any difficulties by means of entering into the heart and the way of Sayyidina Muhammad inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.